YouTube, don't come for me. I didn't come for you. We're gonna still be friends. I've been acting kind of funny and shady when it comes to demonetizing channels, so I'm gonna put it out there right now. This is a review video. I'm not a review channel. However, I'm gonna leave some disclosures so that we can get some things together, that we can have some understanding. I don't wanna get a hit for reused content. I'm gonna give my complete opinion on some things that I've been wanting to say. And if you haven't heard about CoryxKenshin,
hello. Hi.
oh my God, where have you been? Maybe you've been the same places I've been, because I'm a Gen X content creator, but my son knew about him because my son's a gamer. We're gonna get down into it today because I wanna hear what Cory has to say, and I wanna hear what you have to say down in the comments section. Let's talk about it. Before we get into today's hot topic, and no, I'm not Wendy Williams, and nor do I want to be, I do want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Nexus Clips. We're going to get that business out of the way so that you'll have a tool that you can be able to do shorts, but then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it because I want to hear about it. I want to hear what you have to say. And if you guys think I sound a little bit like Kevin Hart, I wasn't at the Diddy party. And that's enough said about that. If you're not using Nexus Clips, you are working harder than you really need to. All the biggest content creators like Mr. Beast and like Ali Abdaal upload clips daily. Nexus Clips is the AI tool that let content creators like me repurpose their content from long form videos into shorts. All you have to do is just integrate YouTube into Nexus Clips, and Nexus Clips will give you 5 viral potential clips that you can upload, whether it be vertically or whether it be horizontally. It gives you quick zooms. It has that awesome facial recognition tool, and it takes care of all your subtitling right on the software. There's no editing your shorts if you don't want to, especially if you don't have time to. Every time I upload a long form video, Nexus Clips gives me at least 5 of the best moments from my video using their AI tool. Not only that, it gives me a virality score in order to let me know if that short has viral potential. Big YouTubers were trying to keep software like this a secret, but now we all have access to it. And if you want access to this amazing software, I'll be leaving you a 10% discount code down in the description. All right, now we're back. I'm gonna have on my earphones because I'm gonna be playing this video on this screen over here or over here, wherever the video ends up at. I'm gonna be doing a reaction to what Cory is saying because I've had these same questions. I felt the same way. Yeah, I wanna see what he's gonna talk about. All right, so let's get into the video.
I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing the mortuary assistant, and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked, I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted.
So I felt the same way over time because I've seen various videos of the same title, the same quality with different results. Literally the same video, just by one demographic of a YouTuber vice another demographic of YouTuber. I don't know if DEI is a thing on YouTube. Probably is. And if you guys want to talk about it down in the comment section, feel free. I'm not here to accuse Google or YouTube of having some type of diversity issues other than the diversity of larger channels, because you guys know that YouTube, Google is a business and they have to put their money and their resources on the channels that's bringing in the highest revenues, dollars cost per mil with the videos. So as small content creators, do we stand a chance with getting a piece of that pie? Well, we actually do, because YouTube is seemingly, and I'm using the word seemingly, giving some small content creators a fair share by putting up some of our videos next to some of the larger content creators. Now, here's the thing. I have recognized that YouTube tends to put up our videos in the wrong audiences. When we do show up on the homepage, we're in the wrong audience. We're in the wrong chat room, if you will. So what makes us think that people are going to click on our videos if we're not in the right audience, if we're not in the right niche? So I do think it's a little bit of subterfuge and a little snake oil when they say we're giving small content creators a shot at it by allowing us to show up on the homepage. I call it BS. So thank you, Cory, thus far. Now, his case study, his situation, it does seem to have some type of validity to his story, because I want you to go watch the video yourself and then you'll understand what happened to Cory. He is a gamer. He was doing a review, or he was playing one of the games. It was like a spooky game. I didn't even watch the game because I'm a scary person. I don't like scary movies or scary video games. But he did a review. He was playing a game, but a lot of gamers were playing that same game. But his channel was the only channel at that time that got a strike for age restrictions. And although he was bringing in millions and millions of viewers, and he's been on the platform forever, he's one of the top performing gamers, period, one of the top performing channels, who just happens to be African American. His channel was the only channel that got flagged. Go figure. Why is that? Not only that, you're going to see it later. It wasn't until he reached out to another gamer who actually did the same type of video on the same game.
So I go to Markiplier's and he had same situation going on. And his video wasn't age restricted.
When he reached out and said, hey, bro, this happened to my channel, the guy reached out to YouTube. It wasn't until he did that Cory's channel got cleared. Why did it take someone else of another color demographic to validate Cory's story in order for the flag to be removed? I'm just going to ask that question.
I sent them the clip of Markiplier's video that has the same thing, and they removed it.
Seems kind of fishy to me. I can understand what he's saying about not wanting to build a certain narrative.
I never want to be that guy. Issues are happening because I'm black. I don't want to build that narrative around my YouTube channel.
Because I didn't even want to broach this subject about demographics or diversity around my channel because, first of all, I love everybody. Everybody who can be loved. Everybody who's lovable, put it that way. Because you're always going to have some pissed off Pete's and some negative Nancy's. But generally, I give everybody a fair shake, and I like to keep things kind of surface level, not to say shallow, but surface level on my channel. And I don't like to talk about politics. And I also like to say that we're one big family because I really do believe we are, and that everybody should love one another. But I'm not naive. I do know that everybody's not treated fairly around the world, around the globe, and in different marketplaces. This video is 2 years old, but the reason why I found it because I was searching for it. Because I do believe some of the snake oil, some of those tactics are still happening on YouTube. If you think the same thing, leave me a comment. He's talking about how a lot of the gamers were playing this game. The mortuary assistant. That sounds very scary. I probably wouldn't have played that game if I was a gamer. I probably wouldn't let my son play it because I'm scary, and I guess I want him to be scary too. I don't know, but I'm not a gamer. If you are a gamer, Roger plays games from our community as a gamer. Mr. Applesauce 3 is a gamer. If you guys have ever played this game, let me know. If you want to go play the game, I don't know, the game's probably old. Go look it up. Let me know. Tag me. Let's talk about it. But actually, let's talk about if in your various niches you feel as if you're not getting the fair shake, whether YouTube is playing favoritisms to bigger channels, not necessarily like a racist thing, but just favoritism with the bigger channels or with certain, they don't even have to be big, but with certain content creators in certain niches, then I want you to leave me a comment below and let me know. Let's educate one another.
Was scrolling all different types of people's videos. No one else's was age restricted.
Nobody else was age restricted.
I'm not sure why mine got age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. Double down. The policy team said, no, Cory, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why.
Wait a minute. So this dude had millions of subscribers and they wouldn't even explain to him why he got an age restriction strike, which goes to show it doesn't matter how large and in charge you think you are as a content creator on YouTube. You could get a strike. You can get demonetized like everyone else. Now, he didn't get demonetized. I think he just took a chill pill and stopped creating because he's been known to stop creating for a while, whether he was in his feelings or whether he was in his facts. He's been known to go off platform. Now, I will say this. If you decided to go off platform, what would you do? Do you have an email listing? How would you stay in contact with your community? If you started to be out of favor with YouTube, what do you have as a backup to your business? Let's get back into it.
I said, okay. I get with my YouTube rep. I sent him an email.
She said, I got with my YouTube rep, like his YouTube rep. At what point do we get YouTube reps? Do you need like 1 million subscribers or, I don't know, 1 billion watch hours in order to get a YouTube rep? I want a YouTube rep. Do you want a YouTube rep? We need a YouTube rep because we got questions. YouTube, can you send me my personal rep so that we can get some questions answered? If you see me, if you hear me, let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3.
Markiplier. He's probably got 1 million viewers. Markiplier.
His video
I'll leave it on the screen.
So I sent the video to my YouTube rep. I said,
so it's the same size channel doing the same thing in the same niche.
But his isn't
They're the same.
Could you send that to the
Markiplier
policy team
mortuary
and see what they say about
assistant.
that? What do you think
He
happened
had
after
the
that?
same thing.
I'll give you a
his YouTube rep. They rejected his appeal, but after Markiplier sent it in, then they decided to remove the age restriction flag off of his. Now that is some snake oil. Why would they do that? Why would you need another larger channel that's not your demographic to validate your issue with the issue in the first place? Why did he need a co-signer in order to get released from YouTube jail? I don't understand that. It happened a couple of years ago. It's probably happening now. Who knows? But all I'm saying is sometimes you can't put all your proverbial eggs in the YouTube egg basket.
Now my YouTube rep, Corey, they took the age restriction off.
I would have done the same thing.
Why?
Why didn't Markiplier get an age restriction?
And give Markiplier an age restriction.
Why did he need a cosigner? But I would have been doing the same thing. Let me pause for the cause. What do you think? You've heard the testimony from the people. Now I want you to give a verdict. I want you to let me know what you think about this situation. And if you had a situation like this or something similar, I want you to leave me a comment below. Let's talk about it. I think it's wrong. I think it's suspect, as the young folks say. I'm a Gen Xer, so these are things that we need to be familiar with. We need to know what's going on in the YouTube street. So that's why I'm bringing a video like this, because if I have something on my mind, I like to bring it to the community so that we can talk about it. All right, how many views you got, brother? How many views? What you working with? So this video itself got 10 million views on this video. Wow. I want to grow up. I want to grow up and be a YouTube kid. But I'm going to get a gaming channel. Not me. I'll go stay in my lane. So that's happening, or seemingly happening, to a lot of content creators nowadays, especially in the last few months. YouTube has been cracking down on reuse content, and I pray that this video does not get flagged.
Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers?
When he said his peer group, I want to put a pin in right there, because what I've noticed every time my channel, I'm talking about subscriber count, I'm in a 30,000 peer group now. And it seems like at every stage, YouTube decides to kind of restrict, or not necessarily restrict. They just don't push you out or push you to the right audience so that you can get the right views, yet alone pushing you to your own audience, or whether or not you guys are actually getting the notifications and watching my content. I have no idea. What I do know, it seems pretty fishy, because I've had moments and times where YouTube decides to push out my best performing video and it continues to get views, and then they somehow or suppress it, or they don't send it, or they don't push it. I don't know what all the things are. You would think I know because I'm a coach, but nobody really knows unless you're the big content creators that are continually getting pushed out. So you don't care to know. You don't need to investigate because you have all of the views anyway.
10 million
shadow
subscribers.
People. That sucks that that brother feels like that. Wow, wait. He was supposed to get a diamond. Wait, did I know that there was a diamond play button? What does a diamond play button look like? I don't got a clue. Let me look at some of these comments right now, because the comment section says this video was immediately flagged for ad suitability. I wonder why. Surely it isn't because it's YouTube being shown in a poor light. Surely not. That's a good comment. But that comment was by Corey. I just saw that. DVR says, this is a type of boop I've been dealing with, and I've had your same thoughts. Thank you for calling them out. So I don't even know. When I call these things out, I have no idea how this video is going to perform. I don't know what's going to happen. Listen to this. It says, Corey, I'm glad you made this video, bro. YouTube's review system has been buns for a long time. I don't know what buns mean. If somebody understands what that means, let me know. For a long time, with no communication to the people who took time to create the content. It's almost like a guessing game on what you did wrong to get it restricted. I agree with that, because some of the people that I've watched have gotten monetized or have gotten the strikes, even gotten the comments that says like potentially inappropriate. Because I really hope they aren't targeting you specifically for being black, and it's more the YouTube system being horribly flawed, which can be fixed with better systems in place. And got your back. I'm sorry this is happening to you. That comment got 437 replies and 54,000 likes. I like this comment. Props for not being scared to speak your mind. We need more content creators to be honest and how they feel about these issues on these platforms. So that's part of why I'm here. I do agree that YouTube probably has their favorite creators. We know who the favorites are in the YouTube growth niche. You know who they are. I'm just sharing, and sharing is caring. No shadow ban, no timeouts, no flags, just discourse, just conversations. Thank you very much, YouTube. Thank you, Google. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to those who are viewing who are not subscribed yet. Why, friend? Subscribe. Let's grow together. Make sure you join my community and make sure you stay tuned, stay locked. I'll see you the next time on the next video. Until then, bye-bye.